Is it on? Yeah, it's on, isn't it? Alright, this last Friday I started working on a little guitar piece that I recorded. And the idea was sort of to have a, like the mid-section of a normal progressive rock song. There's always like this little twiddly guitar piece with picking guitars. And the rules are such that the guitar picking thing goes twice. And then there's where there might be little cymbal swells or little bells playing, and then the melody starts. Well, that's at least the traditional way of doing it. I haven't really gotten to the second part because I want to figure out a different way of doing it. But what I wanted to address was the rhythmic part of it. So I started off by playing a ride cymbal pattern using chopsticks. Oh, they're actually over here by you. Or by the camera. So I use these and a K cymbal like that. And I mic'd it very, very close to give it a really big sound. Yeah. Well, if I can see you, that means you can see me, right? And after that, it didn't sound too great. So what I did was that I added a bell. I can show you actually. That's a lot better. Makes more sense. So here's the first section. But I wanted some kind of backbeat or some kind of like a counterpoint, and instead of having a large snare drummy thing on the 2 and 4, I used this tom, which is I think it's home built or it's no name tom thing, and I just played a dampened kind of a thing. And when you muck about around with it a bit, this is what you get. And this was mic'd with this AKG good, solid, slightly expensive microphone. But then I wanted something that would be a counteract that in a way, do something that was like the opposite. So I started messing with the idea of doing a where you can find different textures and sounds that are from the same drum, but I wanted it to be different and have a clacky, almost like Burundi drummer kind of a thing that has nothing to do with this genre of music, which makes it perfect because that's where it widens, right? So what I did was that I took the if you look here at the bottom, you can see a cable going in here, and that is the my trusty contact microphone, like that. Don't know if you can see anything. So I just whacked it onto the bottom head of the floor tom, and then I had this idea of playing on the side of the drum, which means that all of a sudden the drum heads are like the resonant like part of it, and this is your striking area, which is kind of interesting because then you sort of, it's like playing the body of an electric guitar instead, and I realized pretty early that I couldn't like hit it with a normal like with a drumstick or a mallet of any sort, because it would be too harsh, and it would also make the contact mic go crazy because they're sensitive, at least for like thumps and stuff like that. So I took out my blast sticks that look like this nowadays. And this is what I always do. I always like them to be as wide as possible, so they're almost like paint brushes. And then I just played. On the side of the drum, and this is what it sounds like in context. Hey, so yes, it's an alternative. I'm not sure if it's really a usable idea for this section, but it's an interesting sound, and it also turns the whole notion of what you're actually playing on end. So there you go. Alternative drum mikings and playing. It's Sunday, by the way.